Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I have a special replay. This is another one of those where I'm on the same team as the person that does really well, and I asked him, yeah, can I please have your replay? So he gave me permission to upload this. He's in his tier 5 T67, and I'm going to tell you right now he has an amazing game. So I'm going to let him go ahead and take it away. And I'm in my SU85I, so you can see we are on Miravanka, and I am heading to the forest along with this guy. And you're gonna, well, I don't think you're gonna see it, but our artillery on our team is claiming that this guy in the T67 is hacking. He is insisting that there's no way that somebody could do as good as he's doing without hacks. And I'm going to tell you right now, the T67 is just that good. I mean, that actual tank. It can be super stealthy, and when you look at the tanks that he ends up going up against towards the end of the match, you're going to see why that he does so well. Because, yeah, Russian tanks, they do not have very good view range. American tank destroyers, they have very good view range. So it all worked in his favor. So the west initially on here looks really good. The team deployed really well, and I'm over in the east. There's a really good row of bushes over there where I'm at, where you can shoot the mediums and stuff as they show up. And the T67 is just trying to get shots. His name is JamesMonty2003. And I want to give him a shout out and tell him, hey, thank you for subbing and thank you for following me on Twitch. That was very nice of you. And also thank you most of all for this replay, because I've not been able to have any very good Ace Tanker games or anything like that lately. So I've been needing some good content for my channel. And if you look, our Tog is heading over here to the forest. The west is not already, it already looks kind of iffy-ish, like doesn't look that great. You would think the east is good, but the James Monty is going to go ahead and start pumping some shots out of the T67 here into their buggy, and the buggy has very bad armor. So I have that tank and I know it's just got very bad armor. And I'm falling back because I already see, I'm over here in the SU85I, I'm already falling back along the A line. I can tell that the west is going to fall. There are a lot of tanks over there, and our heavies aren't looking too great. So already we've lost a bunch of teammates. And James Monty is just looking for some shots. You know what? We're just going to call him James from here on out. He's just looking for some shots on any of these guys over here in the forest. And I fell back so I could try and possibly get some shots on them as they poke up and over. He catches the M4 Sherman on fire. And again, the team is just being obliterated. And he finally is able to get some sad shots into that T34 medium. The west is pretty much gone at this point, sadly. Cavalier finishes off our Stuke 4, and I start to try and move up to where I can get some shots on them as they show up towards our base. I only get like an 800 damage game in my SU85I in this match, so it wasn't an amazing game for me. He gets his second kill and kills the KV-1S. Ricochets off the T14, and then he finishes it for his third kill. T67 pokes up and he tracks him, and then he gets his fourth kill. M4 Sherman, Wolverine, and the buggy are still over here. Now he can definitely outspot them with his binoculars. Just patiently waiting, which patience is very, very important in World Tanks. I'm always learning that. And the KV-2 is just Well, he's just backing up. I thought there were 2 KV2s, but there's not in this match. There's only 1. Him not finishing off that KV2 comes back to haunt him. I'll give you that hint. Finishes off the buggy for his 5th kill. And I am sitting back there on the A line. I figure the Cavalier or Wolverine, either one's going to just show up. And I'm just going to blow up, and sure enough, there they are. The SC-100, the Cavalier. James pulls back into the bushes. And he's pretty much got like 2 layers of bushes in between him and the SU-100. And he starts to pump some shots out into the SU-100. Cavalier was charging me, and he goes ahead and finishes him off for his 6th kill, so he's got Top Gun at this point. He goes on over and spots the SU-100. Like I said earlier, he is going against tanks that have very bad view range. They cannot spot him. Of course, they're not going to spot anything because they're moving, so there's the T-3485M. And here, I do believe he's shooting down stuff so he can get shots on him. Gets another shot into him. He's got 7 kills. Oh. There must be a bunch of stuff in his way. 2,241 damage. He finishes off the T-3485M for 8 kills. And I go ahead and start moving towards the west. I know that M4 and the Wolverine are probably going to team up and try and push on me. So I'm trying to get into more bushes. And this is where the LEF on our team, he says, how do you kill 8 and still have 100% hit points? It's called using bushes and camo nets. That's all it is. James says skills, so there's the M4 Sherman, and I'm going to tell you right now, I was very frustrated at this point because my shots were not penning him when I was shooting him here. It just kept bouncing off his turret. I should have just loaded premium, but their artillery was shooting me at this point over there. So James goes on around, and he knows that the Wolverine was last spotted over here as well. He's hoping to get some side shots in the M4 Sherman, I'm sure. Goes on up, gets in the bushes, finishes off the M4 Sherman, which pretty much saved me. I'm on 6 hit points. 9 kills. Spots the Wolverine, and I think the Wolverine either disconnected or he's just, I don't know what happened to him, but he didn't do anything when he was getting shot. So 10 kills. This guy just snagged a pool's medal. So now he is going ahead, and I decided to go ahead and team up with him so we can take on the last enemies together. If I get spotted though, and artillery hits me, I'm just gonna disintegrate. KB2 was last spotted over at D4, so, and I'm trying to tell the artillery here during this point that the T67 TD is just that good. It's such a good tank destroyer. You just have to play to its strengths. It's one of the most overpowered tank destroyers in the game. It and the Tier 10, what Skill for LTU calls the Bobject. Those two are the most overpowered tank destroyers in the game, in my opinion. Bishop is getting killed by this guy, and he's got 11 kills, so that is nuts. I was shooting at the Bishop and got spotted. I do not have 6th Sense in that crew. I was training them up, so I didn't know I was spotted. I got killed by the KB2, and he is on 3 high explosive shells left, so He's got an LEF and a KV2 to deal with. Now the KV2 doesn't have a ton of hit points left. He has like 150. So, and the LEF keeps saying he's cheating here. It's like, I keep saying no, he's not cheating. It's like he's going against very blind tanks. They just are so insistent that he's cheating. It's so funny. And you know, he sent me the actual screenshot of his crew and everything, and was saying he doesn't use mods, so it's like, people just, I don't know. They just, I guess I've never seen anybody play so well. I have no clue. But, okay, my computer just went to sleep mode. That was weird. But he goes ahead and looks for the KV2 and gets outspotted by the LEF. So, obviously, he's not invisible like artillery says. He spots the KV2, and he could have killed the KV2 here. But I don't think that he would have had enough shells left to get the LEF and the KV2 both. So the KV2 only had 100 and some hit points. Goes into the bushes hoping to outspot him. And the LEF again spots him. He tries to get some shots into him with 8 high explosive, and the LEF actually has some armor, so he decides to go ahead and break contact. And our LEF on our team is just still going on about hacks. This guy should just take it as a compliment. James Monty. Just take it as a compliment that the LEF's going off like that, because I don't know. Some people just believe they're with hacking, I guess. Somebody's, the SU122A on my team says the anti-cheat in this game is weak or strong. I don't know what's going on in the chat anymore. But he is just driving around trying to outspot them with his 2 high explosive shells left. And you can pretty much see where this game's going. There's not a ton he can do in this situation. If he tries to capture, they're going to try and come back, and they will definitely reset and kill him. If he tries to go and kill them, which he most likely could probably finish off the KV2, he still has the LEF to deal with. If he tries to ram kill the LEF has armor, so he most likely would die in that match. So it's not going to end well. He is driving around to the forest, hoping to finally spot that KV2. And he is on 3,101 damage and 460 assisting. I'm going to go over here and use his bushes and amazing view range to light up that KV2. And time is of the essence, 1 minute and 56 seconds left on the clock. Just driving around over to the bushes, back where he was having an amazing game earlier. There's the KV2. He's on 111 hit points. Ah. KV2 misses a shot. LEF hits him. And he breaks contact with 0 ammunition left in his tank. So, now the only thing he can do pretty much is go and hide. There's not much else he can do. The KV2 is fast enough to be able to get back and reset capture if he tries to capture. The LEF, the LEF can just spot for the KV2 because, well, the LEF has very good view range. In this situation, honestly, I don't know what I would have done. I really don't. I mean, do you try to capture and go for the win? Do you draw it out? Do you try to just ram into the LEF and kill him? I don't know. what would you all have done in this situation? Because it's just a bad situation all around. Still, he had an amazing, amazing game. It's not every day you see somebody get 11 kills. That's very rare. I think that's the most recently I've ever seen anybody get. So it was pretty impressive to watch him work and use the tank properly to its strengths. And yeah, that is it. That is the game. Let's draw, sadly. So, yeah, that was the end of the replay. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to watch, and yeah, he had an amazing, amazing game. If you all have any replays you want me to give a voiceover on and talk about, then send them my way at wotchick@gmail.com. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.